What's up, Bulls Nation? It's the Bloody Horns podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Let's get into it, man. So I see a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of people on social media. They're celebrating Nikola Vucevic's game last night. He had 22 points, 13 rebounds. He shot 10 of 19 from the field. People are hyping it up. They're asking if Vuce has turned a corner. When did our standards get so low, guys? When did we become happy with a player getting 22 points on 19 shots? I'm telling you, you could take the worst offensive player in the NBA. Take Matisse Thybulle on the Portland Trail Blazers. He might be the worst offensive player in the NBA. Great defender, can't get a bucket to save his life. You give that motherfucker 19 shots, I guarantee you he's going to get 22 or more points. So I don't know why we're hyping it up. It's not efficient. I know he shot over 50%. Good for him. He shot 40% from the field. Good for him. I'm just telling you, 22 points on 19 shots is not impressive. DeMar DeRozan got 24 points on 13 shots. That's efficient. That's impressive. Ayo Dosunmu was in the 20s on, I think, 14 shots. That's much more efficient, much more impressive. What Nikola Vucevic has done is not impressive. We're down so bad when it comes to Vuce that we've lowered our standards to where we're hyping up these subpar performances, and we're like, yeah, go Vuce. He's the reason we won. He wasn't the reason we won that game last night. If you look at that box score, Vuce got thoroughly outplayed by Jonas Valanciunas. Part of the reason the Bulls won is because the Pelicans only played Valanciunas like 25 minutes. The plus-minus stats from him and his backup, Larry Nance Jr., are nuts. Valanciunas was something like a plus 18 in last night's game, maybe even higher. I actually think it was in the 20s, where Larry Nance was like a negative 26 when he was out there. So the Pelicans coaching, Willie Green, he had some baffling coaching decisions last night. But Vuce, he got pretty outplayed. The Pelicans were a much better unit when Valanciunas was on the floor. Vuce was struggling a lot more when Valanciunas was on the floor. He got a lot of his going against Larry Nance. So good on him. He took advantage of a mismatch, but he still didn't have a great performance. I saw people being like, this is Orlando Vuce, and I got to be 100% honest. When Vuce was on the Magic, I was not tapping into Magic games. I maybe watched, I remember watching a couple games, their first round series against the Raptors, the year the Raptors won the finals, but I wasn't tapped into the Magic like that. I had League Pass, of course, because I was keeping up with the Bulls, but I wasn't going to watch a Nikola Vucevic-led Orlando Magic team. So I don't know. Maybe he was getting his 22 game on 19 shots back then, too. Maybe he has always been this level of inefficient, but the way that I'm seeing people hype it up on social media is driving me nuts, and they're hyping up the 13 rebounds. Guys, both teams shot like shit last night. Both teams missed open shots last night. Vuce had 13 rebounds. I think DeMar had, 7, 8 rebounds. Kobe had 7 rebounds. Andre Drummond grabbed 8 rebounds in 14 minutes, which is nothing new for him. On the other side, Zion almost had 10 rebounds. Trey Murphy had 10 rebounds for them. Jonas Valanciunas had 17 rebounds. So there were rebounds to go around. So hyping up Nikola Vucevic for grabbing rebounds when the opposing center thoroughly out-rebounded him in far less minutes, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. So I know. I'm Nikola Vucevic's biggest hater. People are sick of hearing me hate on Vuce. Even after what was a decent game from him last night, I'm still hating on him. But it's because I have higher standards for the guy. I'm not going to sit here and celebrate a guy getting 22 points on 19 shots. That's not celebratory in my eyes. It's just weird that he's been so bad this year that now when he has these type of games, we're seeing people on social media simp out for him and being like, yeah, Nikola Vucevic is back. We got Orlando Vuce back. Let's go, baby. I'm just not there with you guys. I'm sorry. I just can't get there with you guys. But if you guys haven't checked out the latest podcast yet, I took an athletic trainer perspective into what's going on with the Chicago Bulls injuries. So it's an interesting listen. Give it a listen if you haven't. It's up on Spotify. It's up on Apple. Throw me a follow on social media. Make sure you hit and subscribe on this video if you haven't done that already. Handles the same on all the social medias, at Horns Bloody. Throw me a follow. Let's talk hoops. Bulls are back tomorrow night against the Pistons. Should be a gimme game. As you know, the Bulls have a propensity to play down to their competition, so no such thing as a gimme game, but impressive win last night. Let's build that momentum tomorrow against the Pistons.